Hi friends, I don't really have anything going on in this video today, but I thought I'd show you some of the things I've been working on and just talk about what I'm formulating for my next big project. I've been working slowly but surely on my Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, and yeah, I'm still way behind, but this is what, let me get these out. I just had those in there to kind of stretch this area out because it was kind of bunched up from doing the branches of the tree here. But so I've got my tree, which I'm working on doing the cherry blossoms. I've got a pond in here that I've lined with stones, and I'm putting in a field here. I've got the grasses started, but I'll be adding flowers to this. What I'm thinking of, and I mean, if only I had foresight, I would have put some blue on the background for sky, even though in reality, behind where this tree is another shed and stuff. But I mean, for the sake of this idea, I want to have sky here. And I mean, I can put a piece here and here, but I was considering, I don't know, I'm really scared to try this, but maybe doing some painting like in between the branches here, just adding little spots of blue, and then I can fill the open areas out with blue fabric. I just wish I'd have thought about it before I'd started doing this. It seems like as I'm working on this, like I've had to take this fence up 3 times now because I put it down and I figured I'd be working within it, and then here I have a tree that's going over it, and because of that I felt the need to put something here, which basically in reality right now, looking out my window, it's tall grass, so that's what I'm putting here. But I keep, all the things that I put down initially, like the path, and I mean this side I haven't even really worked on at all yet, but I'm finding like, oh, I should have done this first before I put this down, but I had to put the fence down to give myself a boundary, if that makes sense. So maybe I should have pinned it or safety pinned it or something instead of sewing it down. I mean, it's not a big deal to undo it and redo it. It's just, it gets me frustrated because I feel like I'm doing things backwards, But slowly but surely it's coming along, and next month we're starting a new project, and I'm not even ready to think about that one yet because I still have so much. I mean, I haven't, except for the initial flower garden, which isn't done, I haven't really done anything on this side. I've still got to do the herb spiral. I've got to put garden beds in. I have to put the house, the porch, the windows and stuff on. So this isn't a project that's going to be finished soon, especially with my hands. I mean, and like doing the French knots, that takes a lot out of my hands. So I can only do a little bit at a time. So I'm going to stop stressing about having this done in time. I don't know. I mean, right now, the task for the volume 4 is to make like a mood board kind of thing with treasures, for the next one. And the next one's going to be more abstract. It's like you get a prompt, and but you're working with things that you've picked out rather than, what's being suggested and stuff. So, I mean, maybe that's something I can work on in the future, but for now, I'm still trudging away. Not trudging, I don't want to make it sound like it's a job or anything, but I'm just taking my time because I tend to, like, if I get involved in something, I put my all into it, and then, if I were to really start working on this and pushing myself to work on this, I would end up with crippled hands and I wouldn't be able to do anything for a couple weeks probably. So that's why I'm just going slow and easy with it. But I'm liking how it's turning out. I'm really liking this area over here, and it's turning out so different than what I initially had planned, because initially, you had the gate here with the trellis over it, and then you had it surrounded by 2 trees, and this ended here. There was no this stuff here, but as the creative process takes over, oh well, this would look good here and this would look good here, and if I'm doing this up here, I should do something down here. And so yeah, it kind of takes a life of its own, and it's certainly going different than the original vision, but I'm okay with that. This was just a guide basically, and yeah. So that's my Roxy's Journal of Stitchery for now, down the garden path, and I'm liking it. I mean, I think it's gonna be one of my masterpieces when I'm done. Hold on. Seamus! He's getting a little loud. So, okay, so that's that project right now. And let me put this onto the side. Okay, so my next project, I wanted to do like a witchy journal, but nothing like dark and goth, and a lot of witchy stuff is very dark or gothy, or I'm a kitchen witch, I'm a green witch, and I don't go into the darker aspects of the craft. I'm not a witch. Well, I identify as a druid, okay, if that makes any sense. But anyway, so I wanted to create something that had more light to it, and contained more of the positive aspects of witchiness, with brighter colors. Not necessarily brighter colors, but just not so dark. So I'm kind of, as I'm working this out in my mind and taking notes and notes and notes, this vision came to me, and I kind of wanted to have it more like a woodland, maybe even fairy kind of, mystical kind of, mythical kind of vibe, if that makes any sense. So originally it was just going to be a larger junk journal with maybe 4 to 6 signatures in it. Okay. Probably like 9 by 6 or maybe even a little bigger than that. But then I decided, I've been watching Tracy Fox, and right now she's got her spooktacular or creeptacular something. She designed Matchbox kits for Halloween, and you know, and then every day this month a different creator is taking those kits and making their own interpretation of it. And I was watching Corey Dahman do hers, and I got this idea that I wanted to do in the junk journal using those matchboxes, making like something like with drawers that would pull out, and you could have, you know, different items in there, you know, crystals or whatever, ephemera. So I'm like, okay, so my journal, we'll use this one as an example. We've got this journal here. It's got the signatures inside, but you know, I wanted to have probably in the back like a section that rises up a little bit, just big enough, tall enough for the matchbox to fit in. And then I'd have 3 or 4 matchbox drawers that pull out. And I wanted to make it look like a Gothic cabinet or something. Gothic, even though I said no Gothic. Anyway. So, and then I'm like, okay, well, that's not going to fit within the confines of a journal. I'm going to need to have another flip out. That, and actually probably another 2, because I'll have to have the base for the cabinet, and then it's going to have to close into the book, or close and then close into the book. So then I'm thinking, okay, well, there's people I've seen, Bohemian, what's her name, Eva from Bohemian Crafting, and oh my gosh, when I want to say something, say names or whatever, they always just leave. But anyway, people like that do these tomes and these folios and stuff. You know, you'll have your center, but you'll have a piece that flips out and flips out here, and then, you know, it would have its own 1/2 inch or inch spine on it, so you could fill it up on either side. Like I have a journal from Eva. Let me see if I can find it. Is it readily available? Hold on a second. Yes, I have a Bohemian Crafting journal. Alright, let me see if I can. I've changed my desk setup a bunch, so. Okay, well, this is the journal that I got from Eva. And see, she's got all these flips and flaps and folds and pockets, and you know, there's a big pocket here, and here in the back she's got like this space for art supplies and stuff. I'm trying to think. But yeah, that opens up. Let's see. Oh, no, that's that. Okay. But anyway, yeah, this comes down. You've got all these pockets here. And this is an earlier one. I've had this for quite a while. Okay, but, you know, in this instance, and I've seen her do differently in more recent journals, you know, she's made an actual, like, she'd have another flap coming out, and she would have a built-in section that opened up, and there'd be like a box with art supplies in it and stuff. And that's kind of what I'm going for. You know, I'd like to have a box on my page that I could put Matchbox in, maybe on both sides or just one side or whatever, for like your witchy apothecary cabinet or whatever. Okay, so that's the idea. But yeah, this is a treasure. And like I said, this is one of her earlier ones, and the things she just, every time she does something, she just does more and more. And I mean, that's what I want to do. I want to, this new project is going to be me pushing my boundaries, that, you know, from making your typical journal to making hopefully something spectacular. So that's the plan. So anyway, you know, I said I wanted to have in the back that cabinet that had the drawers in it. On the cover, I want to have a door that opens up like into the woods or into a fairyland. So I had Scott cut me some branches yesterday, and I created a door. And you know, which I would have had on video, but this thing took me so darn long to get it the way I thought it was right, that it, no, I couldn't even put it on video. It was wrapping the branches that just, and then I got to figure out how to, I want to get some moss and cover up these areas so the hot glue doesn't show and stuff. But anyway, so I'd have this door on here, and you would open it up, and maybe there would be a pocket or something in there with woodland pictures and stuff or whatever, you know. I haven't gotten that far yet, but that's the idea so far. And so I think when the next video I make concerning this project, I'm going to try and create the base. And you know, I'm trying to figure out, should I use chipboard? Should I use a file folder? Should I use manila envelopes? I mean, I've got any kind of conceivable material to make a larger folio. I'm just trying, you know, because this isn't light for a book, you know, and the area where the cabinet is going to go, that's not going to be, it's going to be bulky and stuff. So whatever material I choose, obviously it has to hold up to the weight of these things. I could possibly start the very bottom of the base with file folders or manila envelopes, and then reinforce them with chipboard in the bigger areas, you know. So that's what I've been up to. That's why I haven't put any videos out except for planner videos, because I'm working in my mind how this is going to work out, and you know, and taking down notes and getting ideas. And I didn't expect it to take this long to try to formulate this idea, but it is. So yeah, so if you have any suggestions, please feel free. Leave me any suggestions or ideas or whatever in the comments below. But yeah, that's what I'm working on right now. I'm here. I'm doing stuff. I'm just taking it slow and not pushing myself too hard, because once I start working on this project, which I'm probably going to start today on the base, and I will film that, and you know, if it turns out to be a disaster, we'll all see it, and if it turns out to work, we'll all see it. You know, this is going to be me from start to finish working on a project that I'm trying to, instead of like past projects like the folios that I made last fall that I just adored. You know, I was following Tanya from Tatty Treasures tutorials. Boy, that's a tongue twister. And you know, and like if I make a journal, I'm using ideas and things that I've learned from Gail, from Tanya, from Rachel and Roxy Creations and stuff, you know, all the people that I've watched. So this will be the first thing that I'm going to make that the design for it has come from my mind, even though I may be using things that I've learned from other creators. Okay. So, and you know, when I can verbalize it, when I can say, oh, I got this idea from so and so, I will point that out, because I am so inspired by so many people. And if I know that this idea came from watching so and so, I'm going to say that. So that's that. I just thought I'd throw out a quick little video. I kind of rearranged my desk area a little bit to give me a lot more room, and so I could see out my window, because my computer's now over to this side. It used to be right directly in front of me, in front of my window, but here, I'm going to see if I can, I'll show you my view out the window. I know it's hard to, right now. We've just got a field and trees and grasses and flowers and all sorts of greenery. But that inspires me. Like those grasses there, those inspired me on my sewing piece to do those grasses underneath the tree and stuff. So yeah, that's where I get some of my inspiration. So I hope I didn't break you. Sorry. I won't try to put it up again. All right, so that's that for this video, and with the exception of planner videos, and possibly Roxy's weekly challenge, my next video should be the start of this journal, folio, tome kind of thing. I guess in the end it's going to be kind of a book of shadows, maybe, or something to that extent. So, but we'll see. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.